Good morning, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at how we can use shades of color to do some really cool stuff using SwiftUI. Many of you have favorite colors that exist, and those favorite colors are wonderful, and you want to make sure you have that range of color. But when we're talking about programming with Swift and SwiftUI, there's only so many named colors. And so we have to actually figure out what those colors are we want to work with and what we want to play with. And so what we're going to do right here is we're going to take a look at how we can actually make a custom shade or series of shades based on what the color we like the most is. And so you can see right here, I've got my drawing utilities.swift file where I'm working with my creativity project, where I'm doing all the drawing that we're doing in class. And I've got a func make purple shade because purple happens to be my favorite non-gray color. So I've got make purple shade returns a color. And then what I've done right here is I have a red shift, blue shift, red range, and blue range lets that I've created. And it's based on the amount of value I want to see as a discrepancy or potential value for that. And so my red shift amount is 75. So you can go up or down by 75. My blue shift up or down by 150. And then I let my red range value be 75 minus that red shift to get me down to that point. And blue range is the same thing, 255 down to that spot as well. And then I calculate my percentage for red, green, and blue based on these values. Now, as you can see in my comments right here, you notice the max value is based on the shift. And if you want a color that has green, obviously you'd have to have a shift value for that. Because purple doesn't have a lot of green in it though, I don't have a green shift or a green range I'm working with. I'm just gonna have a tiny little green value automatically. So my red percent is a double value, and I assign it double, and then I pass it in, to initialize it. I do arc for random modulo the red range, and I create that as an int, and I add the red shift to that, and I divide that by 255.0 to get the percentage, because that's how Swift deals with colors, by a percentage of the red, green, and blue value. I do that for blue percent as well, with blue range and blue shift for corresponding values, and green, because I don't have a lot of green to worry about, I simply do arc for random modulo 10. 10 possible values, 0 to 10, no big deal. Or 0 to 9, excuse me, and divide that by 255 to get my green amount. My green's really itty bitty, no big deal, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I say let purple shade be a color, and I pass the color initializer, the red percent, green percent, and blue percent values I just calculated, and I return that purple shade. Let's go ahead in my shadesview.swift. We're going to actually use that. And we're going to pull it up right here. And so inside shadesview.swift, I'm making just to let titles be row 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm using a list and a ForEach for all those indices in there. And as you can see in my preview, I have some lovely different shades of purple right here. I'm going to live my preview up again, and we'll regenerate that. I've got a new set of colors right here. And I've got that amazing set of colors. And because it's a randomly generated value, each time it's going to be called, I get this new cool purple shade. So I turn this off. And I turn it back on, and bing, I've got a new shade. This one's got a couple bluish ones. That's great, that's wonderful. And so all I have to do right here is I call that make purple shade, which returns a color that I can use anywhere inside my SwiftUI project. And all I'm doing with that is I go to my drawing utilities. I made a function that can calculate that information based on the range of values I'm looking for. So if you look at an RGB picker website or tool that you have in some other software, you're like, oh, I like this color and this color and this color. And you look for that pattern like, oh, most of them have reds in this range. Most of them have greens in this range, blues in this range. And by using that information to calculate that color range you're looking for, storing that in the red shift, blue shift, and red range, blue range, green shift, green range as appropriate, grab those values, assign a percentage based on the dividing by 255.0 because it's the max value you can have, and then let that purple shade or that cool green shade, purple shade, orange shade, puce shade, whatever color you like, have that shade be created, and you're good to go. And so we can have that happen right here. I'll refresh that page, and boom, I've got a new set of colors right there ready to go. Hope that's helpful. Cheers. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.